Making threaded connections can be the most frustrating part of building a cold plunge, but it doesn't have to be. I'm Joe with DIY Cold Plunge, and I want to show you how I make watertight threaded connections. You're obviously going to need the PVC fittings needed to make these connections. I've also got the inlet and outlet fittings from DIYcoldplunge.com, the Danner pump, also from DIYcoldplunge.com, and the GE filter housing. These parts account for every threaded connection that you'll make on your entire build, and I'll show you how to do each one. You'll want to have a couple paper towels and Q-tips ready for quick cleanup. For a few of the connections, we'll need a wrench. Make sure to wear gloves to protect your hands. And to make the connections, we're going to be using thread sealant. When you shop for this, make sure you get a PVC approved sealant. There is nothing worse than completing all of your plumbing only to have leaks because you used the wrong stuff. I always go for the PTFE enriched blue thread sealant. And please note that I am not a plumber, a contractor, or anything like that. I'm just a guy that spent the last 2.5 years figuring out the best way to build a cold plunge DIY style. So I can't guarantee that this meets any sort of building code or applies to a home project, but I've gone through a ton of trial and error, and this is what works best in this application. So let's open up your thread sealant and prep for some connections. There's a brush that's attached to the lid that you'll use to paint this on to the male threads. We won't be applying the thread sealant to any female threads. Do your best to spread a thin, even coat while making sure to fill all the crevices between the threads. If there's excess, you can use a Q-tip or a paper towel to clean things up. You can always clean up the outside of your parts after you've made the attachment, but where this can become an issue is if things get gunked up on the inside of your two connections. And that's why we only paint the sealant on the male threads. So make sure to apply it all the way around the fitting, and when you're done, you should have coverage that looks something like this. You can move on and apply the thread sealant to all of your male parts at the same time, or you can go part by part while making your connections. Totally up to you. The same thing applies to the pump, but again, we're only applying it to the male threads. And before we get to attaching these, make sure if you haven't, hit the subscribe button below to support the channel. If this has been helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now we'll get to attaching, and we'll start with the inlet and outlet. Now these should already be installed on your cold plunge when you make these attachments. You'll either be using a threaded adapter or threaded elbow for this. And again, your fitting will be installed on your tank already, and you'll simply twist this into place. For the threaded adapter, you will tighten this all the way until these two fittings touch. And now from here, you can use socket connections for the rest of your plumbing. The elbow is going to be similar, but of course, when you twist this on, you're going to want your plumbing to go a specific direction. So you'll start by tightening this the exact same way. And once you start to feel some resistance, or once your elbow gets about this far into the fitting, you're only going to have about 1.5 to 2 turns left. And so from this point, all you're going to want to do is turn this fitting to the direction you want it pointing. And don't go too far, because if you have to back this the other way, you could have leaks down the road. So take your time with this one and do it right. If you need to, you can remove this fitting, apply new thread sealant, and try it again. Now we'll make connections on your pump. And again, this is the same whether you're using the 950 or the 1200. You'll have female threads on the pump face for the in port. We'll be tightening your male threaded fitting there. And on the top of the pump or the out port, you've got 3/4 inch male threads. And again, we only have the thread sealant on the male parts. But this is pretty much the same story. You can take your male threads and start tightening them onto the pump. But fair warning, these threads are tapered, so in most cases, your PVC is not going to bump up all the way to the pump face. And once you get these fittings about finger tight, you don't want to do more than 2 full rotations. If you do, there's the potential that you'll snap or damage your pump face. If this happens, they do sell replacement parts, and it's a pretty easy fix. And you'll be able to tighten these with your hands. You will not need a wrench to tighten the fittings on your pump. Once you've tightened these on, you can do a little cleanup, and you're good to go. Your filter housing will have female threads on both sides, so you'll start by twisting your male fittings into place. And you're going to feel a lot more resistance with these fittings than you did with the Danner pump. So hand tighten these as far as you can, then grab a wrench and give it a few extra rotations. I've done anywhere from 2 to 4 full rotations using the wrench. And again, these are tapered, so it's not going to butt all the way up to the filter housing. That's how you make all those connections. Let's talk about some mistakes that I see. Mistake number 1 would be using PTFE tape instead of thread sealant. And if you happen to look back, starting out, I did use PTFE tape because it's what I saw on YouTube. But overall, with these parts, it's much harder to get a watertight seal using the tape. It also makes these fittings a lot more slippery, which can lead to mistake number 2, which is over tightening. Mistake number 3 is not attaching the mounting bracket to your filter housing before you make the threaded connections. I have done this multiple times. It is super frustrating to have to redo plumbing for this reason. And mistake number 4 is just using too much thread sealant. Stick to coverage that looks like this, and you'll be good to go. Of course, there's more that goes into a cold plunge than just attaching these fittings. If you need guidance on what all goes into the plumbing design, make sure to check out my site and subscribe to the channel. I've got a bunch of resources and plans to help you do this, and some of the specialized products needed to complete a legit cold plunge. I've helped thousands of people through this process, but of course, you can figure it out on your own. Hopefully this video has been helpful in making your threaded connections. I know how overwhelming this stuff can be when you're first starting out. My last video covered how to make these socket connections for a cold plunge, and my next video will show every part that goes into plumbing a cold plunge. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for that. I'm Joe with DIY Cold Plunge, and we'll see you at the next video.